Should lawyers offer free consultations on this side or paid consultations? Google ads versus Facebook ads. Funnel or no funnel? Solo versus partnership. YouTube versus TikTok.
I don't care. I'm not going to waste my time speaking to you for free. You're gonna pay.
So my clients have never, ever paid me for anything.
You do find people that do want to waste your time.
Either you're on this side or you're on this side, depending on which one you agree with. Everybody stand up.
I am Kiki Gilman, immigration practice out of Minneapolis and all 50 states. So my clients, when they come to me, when we advertise free, because we tried the free consultation, a bunch of tire kickers looking for just free advice, end up being deadbeats, don't want to follow through. And then once we stopped the free consultations, the ones that actually paid were the ones that were really serious about moving forward. And also with immigration, they're price shopping. So they're contacting you trying to see, what do you charge? Oh, that other lawyer told me that they were charging this. I don't care. I'm not going to waste my time speaking to you for free. You're gonna pay, period.
My name's Patricia Rodriguez, and I am here in Los Angeles. I do criminal defense, family law, custody, divorce, personal injury on both plaintiff and defense side. I do 15-minute free consultations. I have found, and I've done the paid side too, but I find that I'm losing out on a lot of people that I might otherwise get if I make them pay up front. And 15 minutes is, and usually it's done my intake department, so it's not me personally having to sacrifice that time. And it's well worth the 15 minutes to find the good ones. I might only find 3 out of 15 that are screened, but those 3 pay all the bills, so it's worth it to me.
Ryan Estana, estate planning, Arizona, California. When I changed my consultation to paid, it was a great gift. We gave people a way to waive the fee by filling out the inventory, the personal inventory. So it's a way to qualify the client. So they'll invest their time and fill it out before the meeting. For the people that don't fill that out, then we either charge for the meeting or say we don't want to meet with them.
In addition, we have to do more research sometimes to know if we can actually go forward. It's not just a question and answer type of thing. So we can do free inquiries with AI, and then after that, you're gonna pay to actually talk to a lawyer for advice. So, yeah.
My name is Joe Farzam. I do class action, employment, wage and hour class action, and PI. And it's a contingency fee-based practice altogether. So my clients have never, ever paid me for anything. I've never gotten a check from a client. I only settle their cases and send checks to them. So for that reason, free consultation.
I do PI, and obviously we're a contingency-based practice, so we can't do that. But before that, when I did other areas, you do find people that do want to waste your time, and it's a small investment to make. So if someone is serious about whatever their issue is, whether it's like a real estate matter or a business matter, if they're very serious, whatever you charge is not going to be a disincentive to them, because you also, obviously, if they retain you, you're gonna add that to, or that's gonna be factored into the final amount. So you get to wait out those folks that want free advice, and that's what Google is for. It's for free advice.
The way I kind of look at this is it's a give and take. You kind of have to do some competition analysis, see what's out there, understand your practice type, what's typically done, and kind of you want to do things that kind of are standing out. If everybody's doing paid, then I would want to be the one that offers free. Obviously, there are some practice types that really lends itself to only being free, and that's why you see the disparity. But I think there's also an approach to be kind of hybrid. At least open up the doors to free, and then if need be, if it requires your time, potentially, then you could make that paid. But either way, could work. As you can see, you could still be very successful and make it work, as long as you continue to working on it and see and understand exactly also what your market wants. Google ads versus Facebook ads. These are probably the best source of clients for lawyers. Google ads on this side, Facebook ads on this side. Let's go.
Jason Plotkin, personal injury, PI track with MLA. It's all about Facebook leads. About $40 a lead. It's working out great. Tried a Google LSA consultant. He said, don't give me your money, way too competitive. So PI track, great shout out. If you're doing it, do it, join it, love it, learn it.
Joe Emmerth, I do family law and divorce law. I've actually run multiple campaigns on each of these. And even with Facebook's ability to focus and retarget with pixels, I have never had Facebook campaign outperform a Google Ads campaign. And this is with like a $5,000 a month spend. I've never had it beat a Google ad campaign.
William McMahon, PI track again. They'll double endorse the MLA PI track group. It's awesome. But anyway, so my feedback, and this isn't genius, it's just fact. Google Ads get you, I think, higher value cases. Those are the people that are targeting, researching, trying to look for a certain issue. Facebook gives you volume. So for our practice, a lot of PI practices, those Facebook clients are sort of the bread and butter, keeping the bills paid type of thing. And my Google ads over the last 6 months are like the bigger cases, the ones I have to invest in, the ones that are going to float the boat down long term. So hate to be the split the bagel in the middle, but both work. But anyway.
Leah Mayerson Law Group in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We primarily handle criminal and family law cases. We've seen a huge disparity between the Facebook and the Google Ads campaigns for both criminal and for family. I've run different campaigns in both. As a matter of fact, I'm about to cancel my Facebook consultant, switch to someone else. We've been spending about $2,000 a month for management fees on Facebook, plus probably about another $2,000 or $3,000 a month in Facebook ads, and we're spending about an equivalent amount in Google ads. And what we found is that the vast majority of the Facebook people are looking for indigent or free legal defense in both practice areas. Versus in the pay-per-click, we've had much more success in terms of refining the leads, and the quality has been overall much better for that. And even though we've been using income filters and zip code filters with both Facebook and with Google, we found such a huge difference.
Oh, Doña Beazia, I'm a personal injury attorney in Michigan. We have a multi-specialty firm. We do immigration. We have a corporate division where we take entrepreneurs from startup to the moon. So Facebook groups where you spend no money at all. You find where your avatar is living on Facebook. You go into those groups and you love them and you nurture them and you caress them, and then you have the whole group. Okay? So no money spent and a pool of clients that are exactly who you want.
So my take is obviously both work. There's pros and cons to both. Google is much simpler, much easier to set up and get results from it. That's why I always push people, if you're not already doing Google, at least get that up. Also, a lot of people are stuck with these companies after 6 months, like it's not working. 3 months should be the cutoff. 3 months, it should at least minimum break even. If it doesn't, something is off. You gotta try something else, different company, different niche, different market. Other considerations is practice type it's a very practice specific type. Also your market, your state could have some people are maybe searchers versus people you have to go get. The reason why I love Facebook, especially when I start off with Lemon Law. Lemon Law, it's people that are kind of problem aware, or at least aware of that they need a lemon lawyer. So it's very limited to those searches. When I started going on Facebook, I was all of a sudden getting all these people that have problems, that have car problems. So it's a much bigger market, but maybe by a factor of 10 to 20x. Actually, not know it's much more than even 10 to 20x. So it does open you up to all these people that are not problem aware, and you're able to kind of, hey, if you have this problem, you might be able to get this thingy. If you want to find out how you can get this thingy, let us know, whatever, things like that. So that does open up these doors of people that you really didn't tap into. The other part is it's not as easy to convert. You gotta know what you're doing. The good news is that's all been obsessing over the last 6 or 7 years. You guys know I have swipe files of all the different practice types, studied all of them to know what's going on. It does work a lot more than people are doing them. That's something that I try to expose our members to, but not everybody is prepared to be able to get into this whole world of Facebook, but something I think we'll introduce slowly and something we'll get into. But both work. And I would say start off at least with Google Ads first, because again, it's easy. And then once you get that down, also expand to other channels as well. Funnel or no funnel? I know there was this whole hype and stuff about funnels. It's something that most people don't understand fully. So I'll try to clarify it towards the end, but which one do you fall under? Do you believe in funnels or no funnels to be able to grow? That is the question. Funnels on this side. Should lawyers use sales funnels to attract and convert leads, or should they focus on other things, their websites, their traffic, other things?
I will start off by saying my name's Zeola Charles. I do personal injury and criminal law and a bunch of other stuff. I have a very small firm, and I have contract work that I do with the state. So having a funnel for me doesn't make much sense, but for my PI track. So it's not that I'm against funnels, it's just that it doesn't work with my business dynamic right now.
Hi, Sarah Williamson. I'm a transactional corporate attorney and have pretty much niche high ticket firm. And funny enough, I'm one of those people who like funnels doesn't really work for personally, like in the way that I buy. I'm the type of person who I'm like, I see it, I want it, Like, and that's it. Like, I don't need any convincing. However, funnels are a proven system. So because of the data, because of how the average person purchases, because the average person needs to be convinced to make a decision one way or the other, that's why I'd say funnels.
Hi, I'm Benji, personal injury and employment. So I am a Sam disciple. I follow Sam. I do everything that Sam says except funnels. And it's not because I don't believe in it, it's because I don't understand it to this day. To this day, I've taken the course, I've listened to Sam, I've sent him voice notes. I said, what the hell is a funnel?
Good news is we'll clarify that today. We'll clarify it.
I know. But the thing is,
Okay.
I do believe in nurturing, so I send the text messages, the emails, all the social media stuff, but still to this day, Sam, I don't know what it is.
Hi everyone, my name is Nazaira and I'm an IP and business attorney. Funnels for my firm has worked a lot. So I started my firm 3 years ago, and for the first 2 years it was completely organic, and the funnel we used was on Facebook groups. So someone had mentioned that, that's where, if your ideal client is, that's where you need to go. So I work with a lot of women entrepreneurs, course creators, folks like that. So we would have lead magnets that they would want. These would be guides. And then my VAs would talk to them in the DMs. So we bring them into our world, get them into our email list, and they would turn into clients. And for the first 2 years, that was the only thing we did. So organic funnels worked great for us.
I actually use funnels, but I think for me, most of my clients don't even go through it. They just call. They have an urgent issue. It's so many current criminal defense attorneys in the area. They're just looking for a number to call. They want to talk to a lawyer fast. They look on your website, see you got reviews, see you've been doing it long enough, and they want to book fast. So for me, funnels just hasn't really worked for me.
Hey, Marty Elberg, bucket list attorney. I do estate planning and probate. So yeah, you can start a funnel in the middle or the beginning or the end. So anytime I get a referral, I still put them through my funnel because my VA books an appointment and then sends them a link to the video, or they're online and they already get it, and their thank you page isn't really a thank you page, it's my funnel. So they watch my video, they already know who I am, and then they start getting a bunch of emails about who I am and the services I provide. So by the time they speak with me in 3, 4, 5, 6 days, whatever that appointment is, they know who I am. That's the funnel.
I want everybody to get clear on this, and I think there's a lot of misconceptions about funnels. But most people, when they think about funnels, they think about ClickFunnels or this ugly-looking, kind of clickbaity, salesy guy who's trying to sell you something. That's what it was, and that's how people kind of imagine it, but it transformed itself. Ultimately, it's a framework, and it's broken down to 3 things, and we know all these things, and I'll just reiterate it. The first thing you want to do is just to capture the contact information, okay? Second is to nurture them. The third thing is follow up with them automatically. So there's different variations of this. Some people can set up the system where their traffic is YouTube, they come to your Facebook group, that's your kind of how you contact them. Then after that, they're getting nurtured in your Facebook group, and ultimately you're trying to follow up with them. But whatever it is, everybody needs to have a system to go to one, traffic, which is pre-funnel, get their contact information, nurture them. The lead nurture page is amazing for that, or a page that has a video will be amazing for that. Then having a system where it goes into that you can automatically follow up with them, even if they call in. Justin, they call in, great. So they should go into some system, CRM or whatever it is, so that it could be followed up on, nurtured, and all the other things. So think of it as framework. Just break down your customer journey, whatever it is, like different names for it. It's just, again, think about a framework. As long as you have that, and again, the benefits is once you kind of break it down, then you're able to refine each of those processes. When you break it down, you're not thinking about, oh, they came in. No, you got to know where they came in, so you could refine that lead nurture page, and make it better. The follow-ups, send more, do for more. Again, the more you're able to do that, the more client information you get, the more you're able to feed that. So kind of break that down. Again, don't overthink it. All of us already have funnels, we just don't realize it. So don't overthink it. Solo versus partnerships. A lot of people obviously start off as solo, but also there's people who feel like, can't do it myself. I need that person. And a lot of people end up starting partnerships.
I wish I would have had a partner when I first started.
And it's so difficult to unwind when you're intertwined with somebody.
You're not looking for somebody that's going to share your opinion.
Solo on this side, partnerships on this side.
Hey, Marty Elberg again, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, estate planning probate. I'm a solo, but what you said is what I see with a lot of people that I see starting off after either they break out of a big firm or they come from law school and they partner up with somebody. They take off twice as fast as I ever did, and any person that goes solo I've seen and talked to twice as fast as them as well. So I wish I would have had a partner when I first started. So that's why I'm over here voting for partnership.
Patricia Rodriguez, family law, criminal, California, LA. But I am way too much of an A-type personality to have a partner. Like, there's just no way I want to share the control and the work ethic. And like someone else was saying, you know, nobody's going to have the vision that you have for your practice. And what happens when you're a PI firm and you get in a settlement and everybody's getting their portion of the settlement and nobody wants to put in for retirement, or they're off playing golf while you're at the courthouse. And it's so difficult to unwind when you're intertwined with somebody. So I'm all for my own ownership, especially as a woman in the game. I think it matters.
Hey everyone, Ryan Kadri again, plaintiff side labor and employment. I've been solo for my entire career, but I actually was in a co-counsel relationship, which about 90% of my cases, I was co-counseling with another lawyer. And what I've learned is almost always a divergence of opinion on almost everything, including case value, where, you know, your partner or co-counsel, whoever, might grossly undervalue a case, but you think the case is worth a lot more, and so you end up settling a case for, I don't know, $30,000, when in reality it could settle for $300,000. So these are all compounding realities, you know, in addition to all the all the other stuff that comes with it. So for me, it's solo.
Chinta and Fratangelo. I do patent litigation and business litigation out of New York. So I am voting for partnership because the kind of practice I'm in, these are big ticket items cannot be handled by one lawyer, and you need someone else to bounce off your ideas and your strategies. So for me, one person can't do anything, so 2 or 3 is better than 1.
So I'm the person who got burned not once but twice in a partnership, okay? Still fighting. And here's why. I am a true believer, we are true believers, that entrepreneurs change the world, okay? So you would assume that I would be on the solo side, right? But imagine a world where entrepreneurs come together under one unit that are like-minded to actually change the world. Like, do you know how much impact that could make? Put your finger in the ocean, right? The ripple effect is there and it's strong. Put 2, 3, 4, 5 together in unison and watch that ripple effect grow. So partnerships over solo all day.
When you're looking at partnerships, you're not looking for somebody that's going to share your opinion. You're looking for someone that's going to share your values and challenge you and empower you in your space. So if you're looking for someone who's just going to mirror you all the time, mirroring goes only so far to help you understand yourself, but you want that person that's going to challenge you to become better. That's where partnership is going to give you more in the solo practice. I can do things on my own, Dunya can do things on her own. The decision to kind of come together, and then also with our third partner, is each person is extremely unique and can be on their own. We actually don't need each other. Dunya does not need me, but she wants me with her. I want to be with her to empower each other and then escalate and kind of take our growth to a whole different level. And I'll tell you, actually, when I joined Mollaei, Sam told me, he's like, why don't you just do it with Dunya? And that was actually something at that time, you know, I was doing it on my own. I was actually at a big law firm, and I was trying to see how I can integrate some of these principles in the space I was in. And that was something that stayed in the back of my mind. And then I ended up coming back and then working with Dunya and saying, hey, let's just do this together and make it happen.
Nice.
And we're here now.
Partnerships are harder. Let's just get that out of the way. But if you are going to do partnerships, as Jalal, you said it so perfectly, is to have somebody who's very your yin yang, essentially. If you're both similar, you guys are gonna rub elbows. There'll be some conflicts. I've seen very successful partnerships, and I've also seen some that get broken up. And I think the really common denominator is people that stay in their own lane is one part, and the second part is there's a level of respect. So if there's a dynamic where you don't respect the person or whatever that is, that's going to be thrown off. I have some business ventures with Hamid and it works out really, really well because ultimately we stay in our lanes. The second part is we have high respect for each other. I treat him like my father, essentially. So high level of respect, I'm sure you guys can agree. So both work. Whatever it is, again, go all in on whatever that works for you. YouTube versus TikTok. Two different worlds. If you were to build your practice, which platform is better for lawyers to build their brand on? So we got our YouTubers on the left, we got our TikTokers on the right.
My name is attorney Stephen A. Smith. I'm the pastor lawyer, personal
there we
injury
go.
lawyer.
Much better.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Woo!
And YouTube is the absolute best form versus TikTok, of course. And the reason being is, one, YouTube is owned by Google, and that's going to be a first, and that should be a deal closer by itself. Essentially, not just that, but the way that people search for their information, they do it through Google first. It's the largest search engine. But then secondly, they also love video content to be able to search and learn about whatever it is. And there's no better way to organically grow your subscribers than through YouTube. So it's free, of course. I think it's clear. TikTok, you have to do shorter reels. You have to do the short videos, and people are loose subscribers. They don't really follow you so much. You have to have that engaging content over and over and over again. I'm talking bad about you guys over there, okay? All right. But that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
The attention span of my clients, they're all TikTokers, so that's where I would want to be because they don't watch long videos. It's 4 or 5 seconds and they're moving on. Oh, I'm an estate planning attorney.
Hey everyone, Ryan Kadri, plaintiff side labor and employment. For me, it's very clear. YouTube, if I wanted to market my services to a 16-year-old high schooler, it would be TikTok. Otherwise, YouTube for me.
So I'm on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, but as between YouTube and TikTok has actually changed quite a bit. You can do long form content and it's looking more and more like YouTube. And there are people older than 16-year-old on TikTok. I mean, as a consumer, when I want information, I don't go on YouTube anymore. I go on TikTok because TikTok is more current than YouTube. Also, it's easier to record and post on TikTok than YouTube. I've been trying to learn YouTube for like the last, 10 years. So all I do on YouTube is just lives. I don't create and edit because it's too much work. TikTok is so much easier and you can get a lot of leads and a lot of clients from TikTok. That's how we've grown a lot.
So I do personal injury. YouTube is like far and away better. One, it's a blue ocean, right? Like there's not a lot of people. You're competing with tons of attorneys on TikTok already. YouTube is there forever. So TikTok, whereas today your potential client may see it, in a year, they're not gonna see that. YouTube, that thing can get played over and over and over, and you can still get clients 5 years down the road from a video that you did one time, right? So just for that fact, YouTube is better.
All right, so there's a possibility that your TikTok, all of your information may be taken away because of government intervention as well. So that is an important one because of China's, I'm not gonna go there.
Let's not go there.
You're feeding the data and the data is gonna be gone somewhere else, right? YouTube as well, if you're doing it right, you're going to get monetized. I don't know how TikTok monetizes, but it seems like YouTube has bigger channels and people getting more money. I'm not doing it for the money, I'm doing it for clients. And I've had clients that have already found me through, the money that it leads to, right? Through the business. Until my Facebook got hacked, I had done 0 paid advertising on YouTube, and clients still said, because I asked them when they come in, where'd you find me? Oh, I saw I Googled something about Fort Lauderdale or personal injury, and I saw your video. And I didn't pay for that as well, so.
Both of them can work as long as you go all in on it. A lot of people try to dabble, they do a little bit of Facebook, Instagram because they heard me talk about this, but it's even more so when it comes to YouTube and TikTok. Both work. I'm more leaning towards YouTube a little bit more myself.
I choose
But
TikTok.
that does not mean you cannot be successful on TikTok as well, because we can see it. People are successful with it. It does work. And also, it also depends on your personality. Some people like being a little more interactive, a little bit more engaging, versus a little bit longer conversations. You're a little bit maybe more introverted versus extroverted, potentially. You can make it work on either side as long as you go all in. The other part a lot of people don't think about and don't talk about is it doesn't necessarily have to be you. Came up with this a couple of years ago. I'm like, I don't have time for this. So I started getting my young lawyers who joined my law firm to start building the content. Lo and behold, still to this day, not only does it generate money from AdSense, which is pretty cool. I think one of the videos is like $2,500 up to this point. That's just one video, let alone hundreds that they've been able to put together. But to this day, still generating me income and clients. But to this day, I'm still getting clients from that. But either way, both could work as long as you go all in and whatever that is. If you had to go all in and build your team, should it be virtual or should it be a completely in-office team?
We did it in COVID. People don't want to come back to your office, and I'm barely ever there.
Probably hired over 200 VAs at this point, if not more, and it went all in on virtual.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I do criminal defense exclusively. So for us, people kind of need to come in the office, but more importantly than that, I'd say about 50% of our clients are Hispanic, and we need a little more hand-holding in that population. So for them, we would in office.
Ziola Charles, criminal and personal injury. Get with the program, folks. We did it in COVID. People don't want to come back to your office, and I'm barely ever there. The overhead, it makes no sense. Get with the program.
If there was an option for a hybrid, I think that'll be probably the better way to go. When I got exposed to virtual, I went all in, probably hired over 200 VAs at this point, if not more, and it went all in on virtual. And then there was Hamid on this side who's been raised in 30, 40 years of all offices, hardcore, thousands of people in a team. I'm like, Hamid, this doesn't make sense. Why are you doing this? Why are you building an office right now where I'm hiring these VAs for $5 an hour and scaling that up? And we ended up in the middle. The way to go, I think, most efficient system is a hybrid model where you have your in-house as your important roles, your managers, your directors, your lawyers, people that are crucial part of your core team. But your day-to-day, it's a lot more efficient, cost-effective, as you mentioned, all that stuff. A lot of the day-to-day can be done virtually. So try to have kind of a both of a model supplemented. Our members know the resources to be able to do that. If not, there's LegalSoft at the very least. It's like literally, I don't know if you guys noticed, it's like a menu. I would like one of these and one of these and one of these. Order your burgers before you leave. Take full advantage of it. If you don't have virtual, everybody should have some virtual for sure. Next one, traditional court proceedings or virtual hearings. Which one is more efficient? Which one is better?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Todd Sternberg of Sternberg Family Law, divorce and family law firm here in Los Angeles. Well, I'm a bit of a hybrid approach, right? If it's just a procedural hearing, I very much promote the virtual appearance. But if this is a contested substantive hearing where the dependency of children's regular schedules with their parents are there, I still think that in-person appearances in front of your judicial officer is very much important and does give you an advantage. I've seen it play out while sitting and waiting. I've been involved in it, and there hasn't been many times since the pandemic where I haven't prevailed or a team member of mine hasn't prevailed at an in-court proceeding when the other counsel is appearing virtually. Now, as a scalable concept, right, I have to kind of figure out what that looks like, right, because the preference is to do much more virtual appearances, but still substantive hearings, trials, etc. I still believe that a traditional court in-person appearance reigns supreme.
From an efficiency standpoint, when I used to have in-person hearings, I would have to drive to, let's say in one day, West Palm Beach, and I could schedule one in the morning. And then if I had another one in Miami, I have to be scheduled that in the afternoon. And that would take about 4 to 5 hours out of my day. Now, I can have multiple hearings in one day, and I'm more efficient. I don't have to wait a month or 2 months or 3 months to get on the judge's motion calendar for something simple. So just from an efficiency standpoint, virtual hearings over traditional court hearings to be more productive, right? On another note, in Broward County, we're actually all virtual now. Since the pandemic, we've moved from in person to virtual. So the only time we're going into court in Broward is for trial or an evidentiary hearing.
Hi, I'm Liz. I do estate planning, probates, guardianships, conservatorships. I think mixing them up is nice. I started having clients on Zoom appear in lingerie, and I really appreciated seeing them at the courthouse so we could swing by and grab a jacket. But I do think it helps build rapport with judicial staff and courts. And I also do a lot of courtroom resolution. So I meet other attorneys and we solve other cases. And so it's very billable for me.
Ultimately, I think in an ideal world, if we can have an option for both and somehow the two parties and whoever's involved, mediators, could kind of give whatever that's best for the clients, that'll be the ideal world. but both options I think would be ideal. But as we heard, there's efficiency, there's also the human element that is super important. So hopefully the way it will work itself out for our systems.